Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about something that's been a real challenge in our market today, and that's pricing in a stalled market. You've probably seen it. Homes are sitting longer, sellers are getting frustrated, agents are trying to figure out how to explain what's going on. I came across this article recently about mastering the art of pricing in a stalled market. And I thought, you know what? This is exactly what we need to talk about right now. And I've been in real estate for more than 16 years, and I've gone through all types of market cycles. And I also used to be a marketing pricing manager for Fortune 500 companies in my previous career. So I'm going to break it all down for you in very simple terms, and I'm going to share with you a lot of great insights from my own experience when it comes to pricing your home if you're thinking about selling in this market. And at the end of the video, you're going to understand why so many homes are not selling, the mistakes that home sellers and agents are making, and how to actually price right so your home doesn't sit on the market. So first, why homes aren't selling. Right now, almost 80% of homes listed in Canada are not selling. That's huge. And why is that? Well, there are a few reasons. Number one, overpricing right from the start. A lot of agents set the price higher than what the market will actually support. And sometimes that's because they don't want to lose the listing to another agent who is promising more. But that strategy usually backfires. Number two, bad data. Not all comparables are equal. You can't just pick any random sold house or active listing. If the adjustments aren't done right, the numbers get really skewed. Number three, wishful thinking. Both agents and sellers, they all can fall into this trap. Maybe hoping prices will bounce back. Maybe thinking that, hey, there's one special buyer who will pay more. But that usually doesn't happen in a slower market. And number four, seller psychology. Sellers naturally love their homes. They believe it's worth more because of the memories that they have. Or they think, hey, if I wait a little long enough, someone will come along and pay what I want. The problem is, in a stalled market, time is really not your friend. What really wins in this market? So here's the key. It's not about getting the highest asking price. It's about getting the highest probability of your home sold. Think about it. If most homes are overpriced and yours is priced right, you automatically will stand out. You'll get more showings, more serious buyers, and a much better chance of an offer. Buyers are smart these days. They're looking for the home that makes sense for the money. Now here's the hard part. How do we actually tell a seller that their price expectations are too high? Here's what I do with our clients. Number one, we have to tell the truth. Show the data straight up. This is what buyers are paying right now. It's not what we want them to pay, but this is what's going on right now in the market. Number two, we show empathy. We acknowledge how hard it is to hear this. I know it is tough. I know you've put so much into this home. This is the type of market we're in right now. Number three, clarity. Keep it simple and clear. We can list here and get activity, or we can list higher and we're going to risk sitting for a long time. And number four, I would say, is to be brave and have the courage to stand firm. I see often some sellers will say, but another agent told me that I can get more for my home. And I tell my clients, well, even if they told you that, the question is, what's their data? What are they basing their number on? That's very important. So a simple framework for pricing and what the actual process is. So this is a simple step-by-step that I like to use. So number one, do the homework. We pick the right comparables and we use actual sold data, properties that have sold recently in the same neighborhood, not the active listings that are still sitting out there. And something that we do really well on our team is we do proper adjustments to the home value, like a professional appraiser would be doing with your home. For example, if the property has 3 bedrooms and the sold comparable has 4 bedrooms, we would adjust this by $20,000 for the one less bedroom. We do this with every single important feature in the house. So if a house has an unfinished basement versus a sold comparable house has a separate basement unit with rental income, well, we would adjust that by $75,000 in Mississauga and a little less if we're outside the GTA. We'll also show like a price range, a conservative to a realistic price and even a bit more aggressive price range. We would explain the risk of overpricing and really show what happens when homes sit and then you need to do multiple price cuts and multiple price reductions. So we would want to talk about the realistic number and to avoid having false hope with some unrealistic number that we know is not achievable. And then we'd monitor and adjust fast. So if you're not getting showings and you're not getting offers in the first 2 to 3 weeks of the listing, we have to adjust quickly before the listing goes stale. That way, we're not just throwing out a number, we're using a real strategy with our home sellers. Okay, objection. Of course, sellers will have some pushback. So let's talk about some very common objections we hear. I want to try higher just in case. And I would say, well, I get it, but in this market, waiting doesn't usually bring more money. It often would cost you more. Sometimes we hear sellers say, well, another agent that I can get a better price, a higher price. Well, I would say let's look at their data. What are they basing that on? Another common one that sellers say is, I'm not in a rush, I can wait. Well, we should do a reality check because the longer the listing sits, the worse it's going to look. Buyers assume that something is wrong with the house, and then they'll move to the newest listings. Or another one, prices haven't dropped that much. So I would show the sold data because hard numbers is what I would really show our clients. So let me give you a quick example and a real story. I recently had a seller who wanted to list their home at $875,000, but the comparables showed more like $828,000. So we talked it through, we went over all the numbers, we agreed to price around $829,000. Within 2 weeks, we had 2 strong showings. We ended up getting an offer for $825,000, clean offer. And if we had listed at $875,000, we'd probably still be out there sitting on the market and then have to do price reductions, and my client would have netted even less. So pricing right from the start is super important. So here's the bottom line. In this market, pricing isn't just about numbers, it's really about strategy. And if you price properly with us, with telling you the truth, we have empathy, we build the trust, and we get the best results for our clients. So if you're a seller watching this, my advice is very simple. Don't chase the dream number that's not backed by data. Price it right, create demand, and move with strategy and plans. And most listings are overpriced right now, and the ones that are priced right are the ones that are going to sell. Thank you so much for watching today. If you found this video helpful at all, please share it, drop me a comment, subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions or you're struggling perhaps with your home on the market right now, or you're curious about the pricing of your home, please reach out to me. My number is below. You can send me an email or feel free to call or text me. I would love to connect, and I'm here to help. See you on the next one. Thank you.